The new RC is a better put-together motorcycle as compared to its predecessor. The paint finish, the quality of plastic panels, and the robustness of nuts and bolts are all decent. However, going by the uneven gaps around the fuel tank and slightly loose panels on its tail section, we believe the RC200 could do better in this area. Nevertheless, the new RC looks more welcoming right from the moment you lay your eyes on it. Gone is the profoundly combative and razor-sharp design, and the new RC looks more mature, bigger, and more elegant. The fact that the new RC200 is easier to live with is verified the moment you get onto its saddle. Although swinging a leg over isn't effortless, thanks to its tall 824mm seat height. But once you saddle up, it's surprisingly more comfortable than the previous RC. The handlebars placed higher so you don't need to crouch ahead as much as before. KTM has also changed the design and padding of the seat, which now feels suitable even for long hours of riding. However, you can't get away with the fact that it is still a sport bike and your wrists and back start hurting a bit after a few minutes. Also, the tall seat height means shorter riders might find it difficult to tiptoe the bike in traffic. As high up is the pillion seat visually, it's equally challenging to get on it. It's a struggle, to say the least. But once you manage to hop on, the RC is equally comfortable with the right amount of cushioning and space. The presence of sturdy grab rails to hold onto is a bonus. The 2022 RC200 retains the 199.5cc, liquid-cooled, single-cylinder engine that makes 25.4 bhp of power and 19.5 Nm of peak torque. While the performance numbers haven't changed, KTM has equipped the new RC with a bigger airbox for the engine to breathe more freely now. Even the radiator design is curved for better heat dissipation. The revisions in the engine are noticeable from the word go. It has become substantially smoother, more tractable, and less frantic now. You can do speeds of about 40–45 km/h in 6th gear without the engine throwing any tantrums, which means pottering around in the city is much easier. Although the acceleration hasn't improved drastically, the power delivery is more linear across the rev band. Until 6,000 revolutions per minute, the RC200 remains polite and humble with a mellow acceleration, but beyond that, it delights you with a quick and enjoyable pull, making it addictive to rev the bike to its redline. It can also do speeds of 100 and 110 km/h without much stress, and overtakes aren't a task either. Even the gearbox of the RC is typical of a KTM with slick and effortless shifts. And this is accompanied by a light clutch. However, we noticed that the cogs misbehave after a long riding session and the shifts take some effort at times. And now that we are talking negatives, the presence of vibrations is another shortcoming you have to deal with. It creeps in on the foot pegs and the handlebar from as low as 90 km/h and persists as you go faster. A minor buzz emanates from its panels as well. One area where the RC200 has improved by a huge margin is in terms of heat dissipation. Thanks to the revised cooling setup, even after getting stuck in traffic for several minutes, I didn't experience any heat being dissipated on my legs. The handling of the RC200 is as taut and sharp as ever. In fact, the new model feels more predictable and composed and inspires a lot of confidence while pushing it around corners. The steering responds with decent precision, and once leaned over, it holds its line accurately, may it be taking on long sweepers or tight hairpins. While the grip from the tires is also commendable for the most part, there is a lack of needed feedback when pushed to the edge. Surprisingly, the ride quality isn't compromised in favor of confidence-inspiring handling. The motorcycle soaks up almost everything with ease, from small potholes to ruts, from stones to manhole covers. It's only when you go fast over major undulations that the rear feels a bit firm. The RC200 could do better with brakes though. It doesn't deliver as good stopping power as you would expect from such a performance-focused machine. The brake lever has a decent initial bite but feels inconsistent and lacking under hard braking. The rear brake, however, delivers adequate bite and feel. The new RC200 also gets a new instrument cluster, and just like most other aspects, this is better too. This is a much larger unit that shows a host of important data in a clean and easy-to-read layout. The list of parameters at your disposal includes speedometer, tachometer, gear position indicator, clock, odometer, 2 trip meters, fuel range, average fuel consumption, and more. It doesn't have Bluetooth connectivity though, and we think that would have made it a little more desirable. Our wish list also includes a slipper clutch, something that would have made riding it spiritedly even safer. Our fuel efficiency test, which involves riding in the city with mild traffic and on open roads, surprised us as the new RC200 returned an admirable mileage of 43.5 kmpl. With its larger 13.7-liter fuel tank, the motorcycle should deliver a